If you are looking for a quality productivity tool to manage your tasks, your projects, and any internal workflows, ClickUp is where you should start. Now, one of the most beautiful things about ClickUp is that it's highly customizable. But one of the worst things about ClickUp is that it's highly customizable. I am here to really break down how to get started with ClickUp in the simplest way so that you can better manage your day to day tasks and really enjoy using the tool. In case we haven't met, I'm Ashley Tyndall, your favorite systems pro and founder of Solution Integrators. I help solopreneurs and agency owners create custom yet simple systems to support how they want to run their business every day. So first, let's break down the structure of ClickUp, okay? You'll have workspaces and think of these as the highest level or your company or your business, right? Underneath workspaces, you have spaces. And so these are departments or broad categories. You have folders, which live inside of spaces, and you can create folders for specific projects. I like to create folders for SOPs or for folders for certain internal operations versus client specific operations. Okay. You have lists, which can live within a folder or individually within a space, but lists hold all of your actual tasks, right? So every single client can have a list. And then within that list, you can have all of the tasks tied to that one client, right? Or maybe you have a YouTube channel and you have a list for your YouTube channel and you create tasks for every episode that you plan and you record, okay? And then, of course, tasks and subtasks are the core of ClickUp where the work actually happens. Okay. If you haven't already, make sure you snag my free resource, ClickUp Made Easy, inside a simple setup. I'm actually going to walk you through my own setup and what I would recommend in terms of how to best structure your workspaces so that you don't get overwhelmed. I'll make sure to link it in the description and the card above. So one of ClickUp's many superpowers is its ability to have customized views, okay? Now, a lot of people tend to create duplicate lists of the same information and data because they're like, oh, well, I really need to be able to see just my tasks or just tasks due in the next week or just this particular team member's tasks, right? And so they create all of these different lists that are duplicates or redundant information instead of creating views within a single list. Views can live on a list, they can live on a folder, and they can even live on a space now as well. Okay. Think of a view as, again, a different way to visualize the tasks that live in that list. Okay. A view can be a list view, it can be a board view, it can be kind of think of a board view almost like Trello of like the Kanban view. You can have a calendar view and then you can have a Gantt view that kind of shows more like project timelines. Now, when it comes to using views, I kind of like to always explain it in the simplest way of you can have a list that has all tasks that are open. Okay, that could be your primary view. You can name it all open tasks, right? It's going to show everything that's not in a closed or complete status. Now, let's say you want to view all of your open tasks, but you still want to keep that first view the same. You can create another view. You can make it a list view that's just going to show a running list. You can make it a board, right? Make it a Kanban view. But on that view, that new view, you can add a filter that will show only tasks that are assigned to you. Or you can even put it in me mode, meaning whoever views that list, it will show only the tasks that are assigned to them. Okay. You can save that as a view. Let's say you want to create, you're like, oh, well, I want to see all tasks that are due in the next 2 weeks, no matter who they're assigned to, right? But I still just want to see tasks that are only assigned to me, and I still want everything, right? Create a third view, so, right? So it's the same list, one single list, and you can create multiple views on that list to visualize that data in a different way, okay? So let's say on this third view, you want a board, right? You can create that view. It's a board view. Maybe each column is a status. And then you can adjust the filters to say, hey, only show me things that are due in the next 14 days or the next 7 days, right? And again, if you make one change to a task in one of those views, it'll update that task across all of the views. So you don't have duplicate tasks, duplicate entries of information in other areas. You have one list, multiple views to view the same data in different ways. Now, dashboards are literally my favorite ClickUp feature. There's a couple different ways that I like to view ClickUp dashboards, and I will make sure to link a video of how to create a ClickUp dashboard. But one of the ways that I use ClickUp dashboards is as a CEO dashboard, right? Every time I open up my Chrome browser, it goes right to my CEO dashboard. On that dashboard, I'm able to see really high level metrics across my entire workspace, right? Things like how many tasks are due today, how many tasks were closed today, how many tasks are overdue, right? I'm able to create little widgets that show just that information. I'm able to have like a custom text block widget where I can jot down my ideas. Now, one thing that I stress when it comes to any project management tool is that inside of a project management tool, a task should be an actionable thing that you're going to go do. An idea is just that. It's just an idea, right? So if an idea doesn't have a clear and actionable due date, it should not be a task. Even if you don't put a due date on it, it shouldn't live there, right? You can put it in a document, a ClickUp doc. On the CEO dashboard, I have a little widget that's free text. I put my ideas there. When I'm ready to take action on that idea, I highlight it and turn it into a task, right? Another dashboard is a team dashboard, right? So this can really help your teammates to kind of kickstart their day. So maybe they're able to view their time logged for the month. Maybe it has quick links to, whatever business management or client management tool you use, or links to the team Google Drive folder, right? You can have an activity stream so that you guys can see like what's happening across the different workspaces and folders, right? It allows them, you can create, let's say, a widget of tasks that are assigned to them for the week, tasks that are assigned to them within a particular space or folder, right? But it really can be a hub of sorts for your team to really get started working in ClickUp for the day or for the week. Another potential use case for dashboards are client dashboards. Now, let's say if you are an agency owner and let's use social media managers, right? If you want your clients to be able to see in a single place all of the content that you're planning, that you schedule, that needs their review, you can create a dashboard and share it with a guest, right? And so they can see all of their content, let's say in a calendar view for the upcoming month. You can structure it to drop updates. Let's say you edit that dashboard and say, hey, for the month of March, here are our priorities for the month, right? This can be a really good way for you to kind of use a ClickUp dashboard potentially as like a project portal or a hub. Maybe you show a timeline view of potential tasks. Maybe you don't necessarily need feedback, but you just want a way for your clients to see the information that they need to see, when and how they need to see it. Using a client dashboard can be a really, really good way. One bonus feature that I do want to mention are automations. I'd say automations may be like a little intermediate if for the intermediate folks that are more comfortable using ClickUp. But automations are a way for you to automate repetitive things, right? One automation that I use is anytime a task is created in my weekly work planner list, if it doesn't have an assignee and if it doesn't have a due date, it automatically assigns it to me and then automatically makes that due date tomorrow, right? And I mentioned everything in ClickUp or your project management tool should have a due date. So make sure that, hey, this is one really, really quick automation that, hey, anytime a task is created and no date is set, make that due date tomorrow. Another really good automation could be anytime a task is created from, let's say, the ClickUp Chrome extension or from the ClickUp email to list. You always want to add a tag to it, right? So maybe everything that comes in a certain way will always be assigned to one person or will always be put under a specific category. you can use automations to do that. Another automation that I recently created was if a task is still open and the due date was 3 days ago, it drops a comment that says, "Hey, it's a foot and a butt. Well, it's a peach, but it says, "Hey, get it in gear. This task is 3 days past due. Go review it and go update it." And that, friends, is your ultimate guide to getting started quickly and easily with ClickUp. By now, I hope that you have a clear understanding of how to structure workspaces, ways to use and maximize views, and a couple different ways that you can use dashboards and automations. Make sure that you check out my freebie, ClickUp Made Easy, inside a simple setup. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any ClickUp questions. I'd love to hear how you're using ClickUp in your business. Until next time, happy automating.